Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Professor Anwar Sanusi, Acting APO Director and APO Chair from Indonesia, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, APO Director for India and Secretary Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, Search cum Selection Committee for the APO and NPC National Awards, Dr. Indra Pradhana Singavinata, Secretary General, Asian Productivity Organization, Ms. Urmila, Economic Advisor, DPIIT, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, Heads of Mission, Heads of Delegations, APO Directors, Distinguished Advisors, Fellow Heads of National Productivity Organizations, observers, guests, and ladies and gentlemen, a very warm afternoon to all of you. As DG of the National Productivity Council of India, it gives me great pleasure to welcome this distinguished gathering of policymakers, diplomats, productivity leaders, and fellow NPO organizations from across the Asia-Pacific region to the inaugural ceremony of the 68th session of governing body of Asian Productivity Organization. The APO, which completed 65 years this month on 11th May, has created a trusted platform for cooperation, learning, and institutional strengthening. That role is even more important today when productivity is not just about efficiency, but also about transformation and resilience in this age of artificial intelligence, automation, digital technologies, sustainability pressures, and changing global supply chains. NPC works at the intersection of policy, industry, and capacity building. We help enterprises improve systems, strengthen quality, reduce waste, adopt technology, and build a culture of continuous improvement. We work closely with MSMEs, industry clusters, government and educational institutions because productivity transformation happens when ideas move from the policy level to the shop floor and then to measurable results. On this occasion, I welcome Honorable Minister to be a part of the inaugural ceremony of the 68th session of the governing body of APO, being held in New Delhi on 20, 21st and 22nd May this year. We are very honored with your presence, sir, and we look forward to hear from you. Honorable Minister is currently the longest serving Commerce and Industry Minister of India and is amongst the most experienced and hands-on minister in Government of India. As the Commerce and Industry Minister, he has immense contributions to his credit, some of these being to lead India's sign to many crucial free trade agreements and bilateral cooperation agreements in the last couple of years. Earlier, he has been minister in the Ministries of Consumer Affairs and Food and Public Distribution, Textiles, Railways, Finance, Corporate Affairs, Coal, Power, New and Renewable Energy, and Mines. Sir, the 67th session of the APO-GB was held in Jakarta in May 2025, where India had assumed the responsibility of the APO chair for a one-year term. That has ended today. Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, as APO Director for India, performed these duties as the APO chair with the support of APO Secretary General, Dr. Indra Singavinata, the APO Secretariat, and all the member economies. It has been a very constructive period. Today, the APO chairship has passed on to Indonesia, and we commit our support to the current APO chair in all its endeavors. We have Professor Anwar Sanusi, the APO chair from Indonesia on the stage, along with Dr. Indra, the SG. We welcome them too. I warmly welcome all the APO directors, heads of delegations, ambassadors, advisors, and representatives from the member economies to India and to this 68th session. Yesterday, we had day-long informal deliberations on the agenda items, and we recommitted ourselves to enhance the APO activities and promote productivity in our economies. In this session, we were also joined by 3 observer economies, Bhutan, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. We welcome them too. We have a very special guest today, who we welcome with great respect and admiration. Dr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat is former member of Niti Aayog, which is India's premier public policy think tank. He is a distinguished scientist with vast experience in defense research and has held the position of Secretary Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. He has been instrumental in indigenous development of India's missile systems. A Padma Bhushan, he is here today in connection with the very special role he has played for the APO and NPO family. He was the chairman of the APO National Awards Search cum Selection Committee. In this task, he was supported by Secretary, Ministry of MSME, Government of India, Director, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, Secretary General, PhD, CCI, and DG CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, and the prominent industry leader, Chairman, TVS Capital. APO confers regional awards at the international level and national awards at the country level. The national awards are given in 2 categories to encourage a productivity mindset. 1, productivity advocates. 2, technical experts. The committee sought applications and selected 1 winner each for these categories and 3 winners for NPC Special Recognition Awards for their outstanding work in enhancing productivity in the economy. We will know the details as we progress in this program. The award winners and their families are most welcome. Their achievements have been showcased in the stalls outside, and you have already visited them. If not, kindly do so now. I welcome all the award winners and appreciate them for the contributions they've made to the economy and a sustainable future. We have lined up some cultural programs and experiences for the delegates. We hope that you all have an excellent and memorable stay in Delhi this week. The weather outside may be hot, but our hearts are warmer. I again welcome you all and wish you a very fruitful session today and tomorrow. Let this governing body meeting be a platform for practical ideas, stronger collaborations, and renewed collective ambition. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shekhar, for your warm welcome and setting the tone for the meaningful deliberations ahead. For over 6 decades, the Asian Productivity Organization has fostered regional cooperation and productivity-led development across member economies. Under India's chairmanship, this gathering reflects a shared vision for stronger partnerships and future-ready growth. To deliver the opening remarks, may I now invite Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, APO Director for India. Please give it up for Mr. Amardeep Singh.
Thank you. Honorable Minister for Commerce and Industry, Government of India, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, former member Niti Aayog and Chairman Search cum Selection Committee of the APO and NPC National Awards, Dr. Saraswat, distinguished APO directors, heads of delegations, delegates from member economies, Secretary General of APO, Dr. Indra, Excellencies, Ambassadors, and High Commissioners from APO member economies. It's indeed a pleasure to address this distinguished gathering at the 68th session of the governing body of the APO, at a time when APO is celebrating its 65th anniversary. We meet at a time when economic systems are being reshaped by technological advancements, evolving production networks, changing patterns of global cooperation, and rising expectations from institutions to deliver measurable, adaptive, and future-oriented outcomes. In such an environment, productivity can no longer be viewed only through the traditional lens of efficiency enhancement. It must increasingly be understood as a strategic capability, one that enables resilience, innovation, adaptability, and sustainable competitiveness. At moments of such global transition, it makes the works of institutions such as APO especially important. and the institutions are called upon not merely to continue their work, but to reimagine their relevance. For over 6 decades, APO has served as an enduring platform for cooperation, knowledge exchange, technical partnership, and institutional capacity building across the Asia-Pacific region. Its continued relevance lies in its ability to bring together diverse member economies under a shared commitment to productivity-led development and collaborative progress. India's chairmanship of the APO during 25-26 has coincided with putting in place changes to ensure that the APO evolves to meet the challenges ahead. A defining milestone during this period has been the successful advancement of the APO Vision 2030, culminating in the operational transition toward strategic partnership program framework. This is one of the most significant institutional transformations in the APO's recent history. Under India's chairmanship and through close collaboration with fellow member countries, this transition has been guided through a consultative, consensus-driven and member-led process. The result is a fundamentally modernized framework that is more flexible in design, more accountable in implementation, and better aligned with differentiated strategic priorities of member economies. The Strategic Partnership Program reflects an important institutional evolution, a movement from standardized programming towards tailored strategic partnerships, a shift from activity-oriented engagement towards outcomes-based implementation, a transition from conventional delivery mechanisms towards digitally enabled planning, monitoring, and institutional responsiveness. This is not simply a procedural reform. It is deliberate redesign of how the APO will create value in the decades ahead. Equally important has been the parallel strengthening of institutional governance during the period. As organizations evolve, governance system must evolve alongside them. Transparency, procedural clarity, predictability, and institutional trust are not administrative formalities. They are foundational to effective multilateral cooperation. The collective efforts undertaken during the chairmanship reflects a shared commitment among member countries to ensure that APO remains institutionally resilient, credible, and future-ready. It is also particularly fitting that this gathering recognizes excellence through the conferment of APO and NPC awards. The APO awards represent an important recognition of leadership, innovation, and sustained contributions to advancing the productivity movement across member countries. They remind us that productivity is ultimately driven by people, enterprises, and institutions committed to continuous improvement, excellence, and transformation. Similarly, NPC awards reflect India's long-standing commitment to recognizing excellence in productivity, quality, and organizational advancement. At a time when productivity itself is being redefined, such recognition assumes even greater significance. Celebrating excellence, therefore, strengthens institutional culture, encourages innovation, and reinforces the aspiration for continuous improvement. I extend my warm congratulations to all the APO and NPC awardees. Your achievements are a source of inspiration, and your work reflects the spirit of excellence that the community seeks to promote. As we look ahead, the broader challenge before us is equally clear. Productivity itself is changing. It increasingly intersects with technological absorption, institutional agility, workforce adaptability, supply chain resilience, environmental sustainability, and the capacity of economies to manage complex transitions effectively. This requires institutions that are not only technically competent, but strategically agile, institutions capable of translating long-term vision into practical action, institutions capable of balancing national diversity with collective purpose, institutions capable of combining innovation with implementation discipline. The EPO has the opportunity to emerge as precisely such an institution. The Asia-Pacific region possesses extraordinary strengths, entrepreneurial dynamism, industrial capability, policy innovation, institutional depth, and developmental ambition. Harnessed effectively through deeper cooperation, this collective strength can define the next chapter of productivity leadership of the region. India remains firmly committed to contributing constructively to this shared journey. As we deliberate over the coming days, we are not merely considering agenda items or governance documents, we are shaping the institutional architecture through which regional productivity cooperation will evolve in the years ahead. I am confident that through thoughtful deliberation and shared commitment, this governing body meeting will help position the APO for a stronger, more relevant and more impactful future. Thank you very much for coming here for this annual meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatia, for your insightful remarks and sharing your vision for collaboration and productivity-led growth. Ladies and gentlemen, we now commence a special segment of this inaugural session, the APO National Awards and NPC Special Recognition Awards Ceremony. The APO National Awards, recognizing productivity champions for excellence, honors leaders advancing the productivity movement, while the NPC Special Recognition Awards celebrate change makers driving innovation and transformation across sectors. To begin this special segment, it is my honor to invite on the dais Dr. V.K. Saraswat to kindly share his remarks as the chairman of the Search cum Selection Committee of the awards.
Namaskar, good afternoon. Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Professor Anwar Sansui, active APO Director and APO Chair, Indonesia, Dr. Pradhana Singh Minata, Secretary General, Asian Productivity Organization, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, IAS APO Director for India and Secretary, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, Srimati Neerja Shekhar, Director General, National Productivity Council, Mrs. Urmila, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished APOs, Directors and Advisors from member countries, esteemed awardees, some young budding future children productivity managers, ladies and gentlemen, members of media. It is indeed a great honor for me to be part of this distinguished gathering at the inauguration of the 68th governing body meeting of the Asian Productivity Organization. I am particularly pleased because the occasion is not only about institutional dialogue and regional cooperation, but also about recognizing excellence to the APO and the NPC National Awards. Recognition is an essential part of any meaningful movement for excellence. Institutions can create teamwork, framework, policies and platforms, but it is individuals who ultimately transform ideas into measurable outcomes. The APO for over 6 decades has played a pivotal role in promoting productivity across the Asia-Pacific region. Yes, the true strength of the mission lies in the innovators, practitioners, leaders, and change makers who bring productivity principles to life in their respective fields. That is why the APO Awards carry such a great significance. These awards are not merely ceremonial honors, they are a recognition of commitment, innovation, perseverance, and impact. Productivity often remains an invisible force. It is created quietly in laboratories, on factory floors, in enterprises, in research institutions, and increasingly in public systems and community initiatives. Many transformative contributions happen without the public visibility, despite creating substantial economic and social value. The APO Awards ensure that such excellence is recognized and celebrated. What makes these awards especially meaningful is that they acknowledge productivity in its broadest and the most relevant sense. Productivity is not simply about efficiency or producing more with fewer inputs. True productivity is about creating greater value through innovation, better systems, improved processes, technological advancements, and effective leadership. The APO National Awards reflect this philosophy in a very balanced way. They recognize productivity advocates who create enabling ecosystems, influence policy, strengthen institutions, and shape broader productivity culture. At the same time, they honor technical experts whose innovations, systems, and practical solutions directly enhance productivity outcomes. This distinction is important because progress requires both vision and execution. As chairman of the Search Cum Selection Committee for these awards, I had the privilege of reviewing remarkable contributions from accomplished individuals across diverse sectors. What stood out was not merely the professional excellence, but the meaningful impact of their work. We encountered examples of technological innovation, strengthening industrial competitiveness. We saw leadership that combined productivity improvement with sustainability. We saw individuals creating practical solutions that enhance domestic capability and reduce systemic inefficiencies. We also saw inspiring examples where productivity was translated into social impact, livelihood enhancement, and community transformation. These stories remind us that productivity is not an abstract concept. It is a practical force that improves lives, strengthens institutions, enhances competitiveness, and builds national capability. In today's rapidly changing global environment, this has become even more important. We are witnessing technological disruptions, changing supply chains, growing sustainability imperatives, and increasing competition among nations. In such an environment, countries that encourage innovation, celebrate excellence, and create role models for future generations will be far better positioned for long-term success. That is why these awards are strategically important. Recognition creates aspiration. Aspiration inspires innovation. Innovation drives competitiveness. Competitiveness strengthens national development. The distinguished awardees we honor today represent this very spirit. They are not merely recipients of recognition. They are examples of what focused effort, creativity, and perseverance can achieve. The journeys demonstrate that productivity is not confined to any single sector. It thrives wherever there is a commitment to improvement, problem solving, and creating lasting value. To all the awardees, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. Your achievements are a matter of pride, not only for your organizations, but for the broader productivity movement. More importantly, your work serves as an inspiration for future innovators, professionals, and leaders. I also wish to commend the National Productivity Council for its continued efforts in advancing the productivity agenda in India and for administering these awards with credibility and excellence. As we begin the deliberations of this governing body meeting, let us remember that future of productivity will be shaped not only by the policies we discuss, but by the excellence we choose to encourage and the innovations we choose to celebrate. The APO Awards are therefore not just about recognizing achievement, they are about inspiring a stronger culture of productivity, innovation, and excellence across our region. I once again congratulate the awardees and wish the 68th governing body meeting of the Asian Productivity Organization every success. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Saraswat, for your valuable remarks. May I now request our Honorable Chief Guest to kindly confer these prestigious awards upon our distinguished awardees. As the names are announced, may I request the awardees to kindly come forward, enter the stage from my left and exit from my right. The APO National Award for Productivity Advocates is being conferred upon Mr. Ashok Panchwani, Director, BEIL Infrastructure Limited. Mr. Panchwani has led several environmental and industrial initiatives across India, including common environmental projects and waste management infrastructure. Request Mr. Panchwani to kindly join us on stage. Through skill development programs and education initiatives, he has played an important role in enhancing workforce capabilities and strengthening productivity across MSMEs. Ladies and gentlemen, may we celebrate this achievement with a gracious round of applause. Many congratulations to Mr. Panchwani. Mr. Panchwani, may I request you to share a few words on this special recognition? Our dignitaries may please be seated.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji, other dignitaries, all the delegates, award winners and guests. First of all, it's my pleasure to receive this very highly recognized recognition, which is of very importance to me and my team members. Awards keep on coming, going, but my mission is to keep on working on three things, environment, energy and education, which, the journey we started somewhere in beginning of 90s when the small scale industries talked to Schwab family that, they need our support. So they started working along with my team. We have built up the common facilities to support MSc members in Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh and Kerala. We have been running our university, UP University of Sustainable Technology, where again the focus is on education, skill development, training people and bringing out the students, particularly from rural and tribal areas, with scholarship and make them successful. We are transforming their life, so that they can be successful. All the credit for this success goes to my wife sitting here, Meera Panchwani, along with my both daughters, Pinky, Kajal, and the grandchildren, Aditya and Avika. Kajal and Avika are also present here, and all my team members, Dr. Parmeshwan is present here. Thank you very much once again, and I sincerely appreciate this recognition, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for giving this honor. Thank you very much.
APO National Award for Productivity Technical Experts is being conferred upon Mr. Bakul Limbasia, Founder, Director, Bhatwari Technologies Private Limited. A pioneer in lab-grown diamond technology and indigenous innovation, Mr. Limbasia designed India's first fully indigenous microwave plasma CVD reactors, reducing import dependence and strengthening the spirit of Make in India. His innovations have significantly enhanced productivity and contributed to India's emergence as a global leader in advanced diamond technology. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all extend a heartfelt round of applause. We have his son receiving the award on his behalf. Would you like to say a few words?
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. My father, Bakul Limbasia, couldn't be here today, but he is surely very proud. On behalf of my father and family, everyone who believe in him, thank you very much for APO award. Thank you.
The NPC Special Recognition Award is being conferred upon Ms. Vidushi Mittal, Director, Kalai Studio. Ms. Mittal is recognized for championing sustainability-led innovation through responsible design and production systems, through her remarkable work in achieving 98% zero-waste production, creating livelihood opportunities for artisans, and developing sustainable solutions that reduce environmental impact. She has set an inspiring example of innovation with purpose. Please give it a huge round of applause for Ms. Vidushi's remarkable achievement. Over to her for a few brief remarks. Good evening, everybody. Receiving this really means it's like a tick mark that yes, we are on the right track. Craftsmanship being the DNA of India's manufacturing and fusing it with sustainability is our goal, and we are really on the track, and thank you all for believing in us. Thank you, and we are very grateful, and this is not just for us, but for all our craftsmen, artisans who's working with us, adapting all the new measures that we implement, and for the family that supports. Thank you. The NPC Special Recognition Award is now being conferred upon Mrs. Anshul Malhotra, Traditional Textile Conservator and Handloom Textile Designer, Krishna Wool. Mrs. Malhotra is recognized for her remarkable efforts in preserving and promoting the rich handloom heritage of Himachal Pradesh, an urban state in India, while empowering women artisans through skill development initiatives, through extensive training programs and community outreach. She has impacted hundreds of artisans and taken traditional Indian handloom craftsmanships to global platform. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all together celebrate her recognition. Mrs. Malhotra, over to you.
A very good afternoon, everybody. Respected Piyush Goyal sir and all the dignitaries on the dais. I'm really very happy and thank you for the award. We are actually working on the tribal region of Himachal Pradesh, and we are working with 200 women artisans. As you all know, India is well known for its art and culture, but many art forms are dying. The handloom technology, the government is doing many initiatives to enhance the productivity of handloom artisans. So we are working on the traditional textiles of Himachal in yak wool and sheep wool, and we are a team of around 200 women artisans living on mountains. Thank you so much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the final award this afternoon, the NPC Special Recognition Award is being conferred upon Mr. Akhand Pratap, founder and CEO, Ramnik Aerospace Technologies Private Limited. Mr. Pratap is recognized for his outstanding contribution towards advancing indigenous aerospace innovation in India through the development of advanced UAV and drone technologies. He has strengthened India's capabilities in defense and technology while driving productivity, reducing operational cost, and promoting the spirit of Make in India. Can we hear it for our distinguished awardee, ladies and gentlemen? So we'll be delighted to hear from you now.
थैंक यू सो मच हम लोगों को ये अवसर देने के लिए। सर हमने एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियरिंग किया, सर फादर एयरफोर्स में थे और हम लोग देखते थे फाइटर जेट्स और ये सब, So I used to think that India had not been able to make very good fighter jets and all. We are dependent on other countries for that. And I thought maybe we could work in the direction that we can make drones, indigenous drones, which can be used for our defense forces. And with God's grace and long journey, we have been able to serve our forces a few times. And also the energy infrastructure of our country, like solar parks and transmission lines. So we are working for that also. And it is a great achievement for us and motivation also. Thank you very much.
Once again, many congratulations to all the golden awardees. Some of them have displayed their products outside the hall. We would request you to encourage them to visit them during the lunch break. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to another significant moment in this inaugural session, the presentation of the APO Accreditation Body Certificate. The National Productivity Center of Cambodia Certification Body has been formally accredited as the 13th APO-AB Accredited Certification Body on 8th May 2026. To present the certificate, may I request Secretary General APO, Dr. Indra Pradhana Singhabinata, to kindly present the certificate to Mr. Fork Sowanrith, APO Director for Cambodia, and Secretary of State, Ministry of Industry, Science, Technology and Innovation, in the gracious presence of our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Piyush Goyal and Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia. May we have a warm round of applause as we celebrate this important achievement. Congratulations to the National Productivity Center of Cambodia on this significant recognition, and our best wishes for continued success in advancing excellence and productivity. Thank you very much, sir, for doing the honors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the highlight of the inaugural session, the inaugural address by our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry. He's been instrumental in advancing India's economic growth and strengthening the nation's global competitiveness. May we give him a very energetic round of applause as he graces the dais.
Thank you very much, Professor Anwar Sanusi, the APO Chair, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, APO Director, Shri Dr. Vinay Kumar Saraswat, former member Niti Aayog, Dr. Indra Pradhan Singhavandita, Secretary General APC, Srimati Mirja Shekhar, Director General NPC, Madam Urmila, distinguished excellencies, friends from the media, members of different delegations, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to participate in this 68th session of the governing body of the Asian Productivity Organization being held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. This gathering holds particular significance as the APO marks 65 years of dedicated service in promoting productivity, institutional cooperation, and sustainable economic development across the Asia-Pacific region. We have been a founding member since 1961, and we take great pride in being a part of this journey. Over the decades, the APO has evolved into an important platform for knowledge exchange, capacity building, policy cooperation, collaborations among member economies. Its contribution in advancing productivity as a driver of socio-economic transformation has been both meaningful and enduring. As the outgoing chair of the governing body, India is honored to have contributed to this important phase in the APO's journey, particularly at a time when the global economic landscape is undergoing profound transformation. We are witnessing a period in which technological disruption, shifting supply chains, climate imperatives, demographic transitions, and evolving models of production and consumption are reshaping our economies. Artificial intelligence is redefining industrial processes. Digital technologies are transforming governance and commerce. Sustainability considerations are influencing trade, investment, and industrial strategies at an unprecedented scale. In this environment, productivity must be understood not merely as a measure of efficiency, but as a strategic determinant of competitiveness, resilience, innovation, sustainability, and inclusive growth. This is precisely why the work of institutions such as the APO has become more relevant than ever before. Regional cooperation, knowledge sharing, and capacity building will be essential for our economies to navigate this transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, India's own development journey demonstrates the transformative power of productivity-led growth supported by reform, innovation, and institutional modernization. COVID-19, or even today's supply chain fragmentation, clearly show an opportunity for us to change. India's response has always been to convert every crisis into an opportunity. We remain one of the fastest growing large economies. We've recorded exports of $863 billion, an all-time record in the year just gone by. All of these mark the dynamism and decisive leadership that Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has brought to India. Only yesterday, he received the FAO's Agricola Medal in Rome in recognition of India's contribution to food security, sustainable agriculture, and rural development. Our efforts have focused on strengthening manufacturing, improving infrastructure, reducing logistics inefficiencies, promoting entrepreneurship, accelerating digital inclusive growth, and creating an enabling ecosystem for innovation. Flagship initiatives such as Make in India, Startup India, Skill India, the production-linked incentive schemes, the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, through which we have made infrastructure development more scalable, efficient, time-bound, cost-effective, and the national logistics policy represent a coherent national effort to enhance productivity across sectors. Just if you look at the PLI schemes, they alone have catalyzed huge investments in strategic sectors which have strengthened domestic manufacturing capability and improved India's competitiveness at the global level. In fact, as I mentioned, the PM Gati Shakti also has introduced a very integrated, tech-enabled approach to infra planning, bringing together our transport networks, industrial corridors, multimodal connectivity, and the imperatives of a growing economy to bring in plug-and-play infrastructure to promote industrialization, manufacturing, also give an impetus to our services sector under a unified framework. The national logistics policy complements these reforms by focusing on systemic efficiency and improved cargo movement. One of the most significant pillars of our productivity transformation has been our digital public infrastructure. We have demonstrated how digital innovation built as public infrastructure can deliver productivity and gains, economic gains, at an unprecedented scale while advancing inclusive growth. The Unified Payments Interface, the UPI, has transformed financial architecture and enabled transactions at a scale unheard of before, enabling seamless, secure, real-time, low-cost digital payments. In fact, we process 20 billion plus transactions a month. Almost 49% of the world's real-time payment transaction volume is carried out by UPI. Our National Identity Program, Aadhaar, has provided a secure digital identity at a national scale, which has helped us improve our public service delivery and financial access for the masses. The Open Network for Digital Commerce, ONDC, seeks to democratize access to online markets and create equitable opportunities for small businesses. India has signed MOUs with over 20 different countries from different regions for cooperation on digital public infrastructure, and the UPI is already live in several friendly nations. These experiences may offer useful insights for developing economies seeking scalable and inclusive productivity solutions. Friends, as the Honorable Prime Minister has said, and I quote, our focus is on creating systems that empower people, improve efficiency, and unlock potential of every sector, unquote. Our productivity agenda must remain inclusive. Across Asia and the Pacific, micro, small, and medium enterprises remain central to employment, entrepreneurship, and local economic resilience. Yet, they face structural constraints arising from technology gaps, financing limitations, and barriers to market access. The APO can play a vital role in addressing these challenges through practical cooperation, knowledge exchange, and capacity building. The future of productivity must also be sustainable. Competitiveness and sustainability are in some sense interlinked. Cleaner production systems, circular economy practices, resource efficiency, and environmentally responsible industrialization are becoming central determinants of long-term competitiveness. The APO's continued work in advancing green productivity is therefore timely and strategically important. Equally important is the opportunities presented by artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. These hold immense promise for industrial production, innovation, and service delivery. At the same time, they require a thoughtful response in workforce transition, skill development, governance frameworks, and equitable access. No economy can navigate these changes in isolation. Regional cooperation is essential to ensure technological transformation and to strengthen inclusion rather than allowing the widening of capacities and capabilities. Friends, the APO's Vision 2030 provides an important strategic framework for responding to these emerging realities. Its emphasis on stronger partnerships, measurable outcomes, institutional modernization, and member-responsive programs reflects a clear understanding of the evolving global environment. The transition from strategic vision to effective implementation will be critical in determining the APO's future impact and relevance. India strongly supports this direction. Asia and the Pacific remain amongst the most dynamic centers of global economic activity. Sustaining this dynamism will require stronger institutions, deeper cooperation, resilient supply chains, and practical partnerships delivering measurable outcomes. As India concludes its chairship, we reaffirm our continued commitment to the APO and to productivity-led regional development. As the APO marks 65 years of achievements, this is not merely a moment to celebrate institutional longevity. It is an opportunity to collectively shape the next chapter of productivity cooperation for our region, one that is digital, inclusive, sustainable, and future-ready. I am confident that the deliberations of this governing body session will contribute meaningfully to the shared objective of all member countries and invitees. I wish the 68th session every success. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for sharing your inspiring address, your valuable perspective with us. We are deeply grateful for your gracious presence today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude the inaugural session, it is my privilege to invite on the dais APO Chair 2026-27, Professor Anwar Sanusi, Acting APO Director, Indonesia, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal, APO Director for India, Amardeep Singh Bhatia, APO Alternate Directors for India and Director General of the National Productivity Council, India, Ms. Nirjar Shekhar, APO Secretary General, Dr. Indra Pradana Singawinata, and Dr. V.K. Saraswat, former member entity IOC and also chair of the APO National Award Search Selection Committee, distinguished APO directors, advisors, observers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namaste, good morning. As the new elected APO chairs for 2026-2027, and on behalf of the Asian Productivity Organization, I would like to express sincere appreciation to the government of India for graciously hosting the 68th session of the APO governing body here in New Delhi. We are especially honored by the presence of His Excellency Minister Sri Piyush Goyal as guest of honors at these inaugural sessions. We sincerely thank you for your inspiring address and for the Government of India's continued support for productivity, enhancement, innovation, and regional cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region. I would also like to convey deep appreciation to APO Director for India and outgoing APO Chair 2025-26, Mr. Amardeep Singh Bhatia, for his leadership, guidance, dedicated support for the APO during India's chairmanship. We also thank him and the NPC India for the warm hospitality and excellent arrangement extended to all delegates and participants at this GBM. This year is especially meaningful as the APO commemorated its 65th anniversary. As one of the founding members of the APO, India has played a long-standing, important role in advancing organization mission and promoting productivity-led development across the region. Hosting this session during such a milestone year carries a special significance. Our sincere appreciation also goes to the chair of the APO National Award Search cum Selection Committee, the award recipients, and all those involved in the conference of the APO and NPC National Awards. We also congratulate to the National Productivity Center of Cambodia certification body on receiving APO AB accreditation certification. Congratulations. I would like also to thank to all APO directors, advisors, observers, invited guests, and delegates for joining this inaugural session. Your presence reflects the shared commitment of APO members and partners to strengthening productivity, sustainability, innovation, and mutual cooperation. This inaugural session has provided a meaningful, encouraging opening to the 68th GBM. I look forward to our continued deliberation and cooperation during the remaining session. Thank you very much. Namaste. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Sanusi. As a gesture of warmth and appreciation, we'll now have the presentation of the mementos to our distinguished dignitaries. May I first request Dr. Indra Pradana Singh Nadanata to present